Welcome back, guys, to CFL Central. CFL content for the fans, by the fans, and we're at Week 13. It is the Labor Day weekend, also known as the time where the Bombers play the Riders in the Labor Day Classic, the Argos play the Ticats in the Labor Day Classic, the Elks play the Stamps because Alberta must always be at war with itself, the Lions play the Alouettes for some fucking reason, and Ottawa is the odd one out. So, our first game is starting Saturday because now that we're going to be going into September for these games. They're doing like the back to school schedule, just because, you know what I mean, where they're doing mostly weekends. Just because, I mean, even like if we're looking at next weekend, it's just Friday, and oh my God, we have 3 games on Saturday next week. But
Oh yeah, triple header.
yeah, exactly. But we're gonna start with. I'm going to start with the odd one out. The Saturday game of September 2nd. The BC Lions will take on the Montreal Alouettes. So we have the Montreal Confusion versus the British Collapse, not the British Columbia, because what the fuck is happening to BC? It just like BC is like they've been struggling in games that they shouldn't. They've like. It's not that like the Lions are in total free fall here, but like it's one of those things where at one point they seemed like like they were destined to get that first place spot, and now Bombers are pretty close to locking that up.
And now it's 7-4.
Yeah, to the point where the Bombers actually, if they get a victory over the Riders here on Labor Day, they will clinch the playoffs. First team in the CFL to do so, I believe so. Unless have the Argos already.
No, Argos have not.
Technically haven't. Okay. But Lions, Alouettes, how are we feeling?
Greg Ellingson, this may be his week that he comes
this will be big because is Fajardo good to go for Alouettes?
There's nothing on the injury report list that says that he's out.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then this will be huge because it's like with the Alouettes have been a little restricted in the sense of that they've had to really rely on Austin Mack quite a lot, which also means that they've had problems where if a team is being able to shut down Austin Mack, then essentially the entire Alouettes offense is gone. I mean, if we even look at the Alouettes last game against Winnipeg, they gave up 24 points in the second half of that game and got nothing, not even a field goal, absolute zilch. So it's one of those things where if you're the Alouettes, your number one goal in this game against BC is offense, because that's what failed you last game. I mean, obviously, you gave up frickin' 47 points, so you can argue that the offense and the defense failed you. But it was one of those things where, like, you can't. It's hard to win a game with 17 points. But it's impossible to win a game giving up 47. So the Alouettes all around, you got to hope for a bit better. You hope like a guy like Sean Lemon is going to be able to put some pressure. If you're thinking about the offense, you're hoping that Greg Ellingson can slide right in and look like he hasn't missed a beat, and hopefully possibly take advantage of the fact that BC is kind of dropping down a little bit.
Also, Tyrell Richards has not practiced in 2 days.
Okay.
Wesley Sutton has not practiced in 2 days. Austin Mack has been limited 2 days, but we all know what limited means because your team has had people limited for 2 days and they've still played.
Yeah, actually, Oliveira literally, I don't know. It really felt like Oliveira didn't practice for like the first 3 weeks. Like, it just seemed like for a while he was there, you know what I mean? So. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where this is a game where I'm actually a bit unsure, just due mainly to the uncertainty surrounding both teams in this game, in the sense of the Lions should be the more capable team than the Alouettes. But with a factor like Greg Ellingson being thrown in there for the first time this season, actually, it's one of those things where the Alouettes this can affect the Alouettes in one of two ways, in the sense of this can be something where it's like something something thrown into the system and they don't have enough time to have it all sorted out, or he slides into the lineup nicely, and this could actually quite benefit the Alouettes. And I actually think it is the second option. I think the Alouettes are going to get more offense going this week, and however, the Lions are certainly a more capable team. I think this game will be really, really close. I think the Lions will slightly beat out the Alouettes in this game. Just based on the factor of just with how good that roster is, I can't imagine them sliding even more. But, I mean...
You never know.
But they did lose to the Ticats last week, and so it looks like the Ticats are on the upswing, but we'll have to see here. But I'm gonna give this one to the Lions. What about you?
Yeah, I don't think even with Ellingson coming in, that's really gonna do
I think it'll
anything.
do
And
enough to. I think it'll do enough to make this game close. I don't think it's like the decision maker when it comes to win or lose.
I mean it helps us out because after they play BC, they play Toronto home and home.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of which, though, so we'll both take Lions in that. Going on to our next game, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers versus the Saskatchewan Roughriders, the Labor Day Classic over there in Saskatchewan. Now, I got to check here. Actually, can you check the record on Labor Day between the two? I know the Riders have a better record than the Bombers do overall on Labor Day, but if you're actually able to see the year by year, I don't know if you're able to find that anywhere. I want to know, kind of how we've done, because I know we've done pretty well I think we've won at least the last 2 years in Labor Day and Banjo Bowl.
Okay, so
If you're able to find that, that'd be good. So Bombers, for most
yes,
part, a
here.
healthy roster. Janarian
So
Grant looks like he's, from what I heard from practice, he wasn't doing anything contact based, wasn't in equipment. He was doing some running exercises and whatnot. So it's one of those things where he's not good to go yet. And it's going to be more time for him, but it looks like we're at least making progress on Janarian Grant. So that's good. For the most part, other than that, Bombers are a pretty healthy squad. I mean, I think Rick afterwards you'll be able to check the injury report. But do you have anything
so
here on
if
the
you
Labor Day?
if you if you go to your Discord, I sent you the Wikipedia.
Okay.
Um, I did not realize from 2005 to 2015, your team stunk for 10 years. You guys
Yeah,
lost it
I
10
know there
years in
was
a
a
row.
stretch of time where we really just could not win in Labor Day.
Just FYI, the record is 37-20 for Rough Riders.
And where is it? Is it in current matchups? Other matchups? Okay, let's see.
That's the history from
Oh, Winnipeg, Saskatchewan.
1949 to
Okay. Oh my God, this goes back to 1949.
yeah.
But yeah, like literally from 2005 up till 2015, they won pretty much 10 straight. However, I know we've won the last two in Labor Day. We beat them 23-8, and then a nail biter last year at 20-18. However, I'm really thinking we can pull it away this year. With the struggles that the Riders are going through, obviously Jake Dolagala is going to be starting this game for the Riders. And the thing is that did he play a good game this past week? When the Riders, or not this past week, the week prior to that, I mean, when they had beat the Lions, absolutely. However, had their week off, they'll be ready, but no, 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 mm-mm, mm-mm. No, that's not happening. Can you check the injury report, by the way, for these two teams?
Yes. So
Just want to make sure, just because I
yeah.
heard something, I don't know if it was about death
So
code or.
yeah. So for you guys, the
Yep,
only two people that did not practice this week was Shane Is it Gyoche,
Goche. Yep,
the linebacker,
yep,
and
the
Jesse
Shane.
Briggs.
Yeah, Jesse
Those are the
Briggs. I
only
remember
two.
at last game I saw Jesse Briggs walking off on the sideline, so I wondered if Jesse Briggs was still out.
Um,
So that's pretty
Everyone
much
else, yeah. Malik
Clements.
Clements,
Yep.
Hansen and Haba have all full practiced,
Oh, that's good
but
because
they're listed
Clements
at,
has been out for a while.
yeah, he has a hamstring injury.
Yeah, I see. So that's good
So
to
now
hear.
we go to the Saskatchewan side.
Yeah.
Nelson Lacombo has not
Ouch.
practiced. CJ Revis has not practiced.
Ouch.
Justin Herman Reed has not practiced.
Ouch.
They have Jake Winicky down as a healthy scratch,
Interesting.
whatever whatever that means. And then Brandon Council, Albert, I'm probably gonna butcher this, and we know how much Carter likes to make fun of me for butchering last names.
You're like Don Cherry when it comes to name and shit. You just like can't pronounce
Anyways,
it for the life of you.
I'll just say they're fullback,
Yeah.
and then their one wide receiver.
Okay. Okay. And then all the quarterback injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean all the quarterback injuries. Mason Fine's not going to be back for a while.
Trevor Harris.
A couple of weeks. Trevor Harris.
Yeah. No, but I mean, if I'm thinking here, like, if I'm the Bombers, there is no excuse for not winning this game. The Bombers should
Pedal to metal.
absolutely win this game in flying colors. And that is the expectation. If I'm Winnipeg, the expectation is that you blow Saskatchewan out of the water in Mosaic. That's the expectation. Do the Riders play better when they're playing against the Bombers? Yes. Do I think that the Riders will make this a closer game than on paper it should be? Yes. However, I don't. I gotta take my Bombers. I think the Bombers probably win by over a touchdown, under 2.
Okay, before I give my prediction,
realistic guess. Yep.
Before I give my prediction, do you think the crowd will have anything to do with this game being at Mosaic?
No, because Bomber fans are going too, man.
Oh,
they took
just because I've never been to Mosaic, and I heard that Mosaic is like one of those stadiums besides IG that's hard to win in the West.
Yes, but the thing is that when you're playing Winnipeg specifically, the makeup isn't as much like the ratio of Rider fans to opposing teams' fans. It's a lot closer when they're playing the Bombers because more Bomber fans will make the trip out there. You know what I mean? Which is why I don't like it. Won't be as much of a factor as it sometimes is, especially since Labor Day in Saskatchewan didn't sell out till a little over a week ago. Banjo Bowl's been sold out for months. Banjo Bowl sold out way before Labor Day did. Just that's we're doing the subtle disses at Saskatchewan fans this week.
But anyways, I'm taking Winnipeg. And good. I hope your team does not disappoint.
Good. I would have held you hostage if you didn't.
Oh, if they lose, you can betcha you're going to be hearing it from me.
Yeah, well, I can say the same.
We'll be hearing it from other Rider fans too.
Yeah, well, Rider fans just never shut. I'm kidding. But Bombers win in Saskatchewan. Let's get on to the next one, though. We got the Toronto Argonauts versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the Eastern Labor Day Classic. That's what I'm going to call it. We're going to call it the Western Labor Day Classic and the Eastern Labor Day Classic. So
this one,
you guys came
off
a fresh
overall, we have the season series dating back to 1950. We have the series at 36, 14, and 1. This is where Ticat fans know that after Labor Day is the week that our season fully begins.
Wouldn't it be nice if it begun on Labor Day?
That's what I mean. So before last year, because we lost Labor Day last year, from 14 to 21, we won every game.
Yep,
usually we win a bunch of games. Argo wins one game. We start to win a bunch of games.
Yeah.
Now, the question is,
and actually, it's funny. The last 3 before, so 2021, 2019, 2018, you had won by over a touchdown. All of those.
Well, I mean, 18 we won 42-28. So, but I mean,
That's over
they
a
haven't
touchdown.
they haven't practiced this week because we play on the Monday.
Yep.
So there's no injury information out.
Ah.
So,
That's kind of the thing
I
about these
mean,
Labor Day
we
games
don't
with them
know.
some of them starting on the Mondays, that we don't really get a chance to learn this information until a lot closer to the game. And I have to drive out to Saskatchewan I'm going to be driving out Friday, so we have to make sure we have this video recorded in time. So there's only so much we're going to know.
You're going to the Labor Day game?
The one in Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. This will be my first time actually
Nice.
seeing a game in Saskatchewan, in Mosaic. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be obnoxious. It's going to be great. Like, respectful, but just like when the Bombers get a touchdown, I'm not holding back. Fuck no. I'm not like I'm going to be classy. I'm going to be respectful to the fans around me, but I would expect them to be the same in my building. You know what I mean? It's not going to be any of the ha ha fuck you. No, none of that. You know what I mean? But it's going to be more of just cheering on my own team. What?
Zach going?
Oh yeah, no, my whole family is. We're all going.
Oh,
We're all going.
You and Zach, when you guys celebrate a touchdown, it's like the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
remember when we saw the Blue Jays versus the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, and it's pouring rain and everyone's left the seats, but me and my brother are celebrating the 2 Blue Jays home runs, going all over the place, thinking we're about to get shot the second we walk right up the stairs. Mind you, they lost that game 10-2 afterwards, and they fucking blew 10 points straight to the Yankees, but that doesn't matter.
So
we had our moments
the
in the pouring rain.
The interesting point about this game is,
Yep.
So, if the funny thing about last week's game against BC for us is everyone picked BC. All the writers, all the media people, they all picked BC. I went back today and I was watching all of everyone's picks. They're like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna smoke Hamilton, blah blah blah." And what happened? We smoked BC. If we can play the same way this week that we played last week,
yep,
you can betcha we'll win. It's just a matter of if we play the same way.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the Argos have been. It's funny. The Argos haven't looked like it's funny. Like they have a dominating record. They have a great record. They do. However, they haven't really had a game, at least to my memory, I could be wrong, where it just feels like the Argos are just fucking going to town and they're just running a team over. They probably have at least one of those. I'm probably just misremembering. But to my memory, as opposed to some of the games we've seen this year that were blowouts, don't remember any of them actually being the Argos blowing a team out. More of just like Argos.
Week four they beat BC Lions 45-24.
Except for yeah, no, because that was their first one against BC. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one it was kind of a blowout, kind of.
And then the 2 game.
Not quite 3 touchdowns.
Atlantic Canada, they beat Saskatchewan 31-13.
Okay.
But
for me, a real blowout is like over 3 touchdowns. That's kind of what I consider a blowout. But they've had some stronger games. That's true.
The 2 games that they played us, they beat us the first game 32-14.
Okay.
And then
so some solid performances.
31-15. So it's
good performances. Nothing like
that was
crazy, but
at the same time, those are Condell eras. We're now in the Milanovic era.
Yeah.
Like I say, if you keep the playbook simple, stupid, things
extreme. I'm sorry. Whenever you mention Milanovic, I'm just thinking of that XFL baby. Sorry, it's too good.
This is gonna be in the donut box, and everyone knows
the LA Extreme.
We go crazy in the donut box.
Yeah.
And former Ticat,
is that what you guys call Tim Hortons Field?
The donut box.
Unbelievable.
It's been known as the donut box since it's opened.
Huh?
Yes, us little Timbits.
There you go.
Because if and this is a big if we can beat Toronto this week and we beat Ottawa next week, that means that we're tied in point, even though Montreal has the season series. That means we're tied in points going into week 15 against you guys. And yes, I will be at that game in week 15.
Interesting. So, end of the day, who are you taking?
Oh, after last week, you can bet you I'm taking my beloved Ticats.
And you want to know what's funny?
You're going Ticats too?
I'm actually gonna go Ticats too. This is gonna be. I got 2 upsets planned this week, and this one's one of them. And let's get on to the last one. Let's get on to the last one, where the Edmonton Elks, on their revenge tour, fresh off after defeating the streak at WrestleMania. I mean, at Commonwealth Stadium, faced their rivals. Actually, we actually can say at WrestleMania because it's McMahon Stadium, in the Calgary Stampeders, later on Monday, September 4th. And this one will be interesting because the Stampeders have been less than impressing as of recent, in the sense of they've shown promise. Mayer has been before at the top in terms of throwing yards. And then afterwards, you realize the reason that he's at the top of throwing yards is because he's also was leading the league in interceptions, and that was rule number 1. Rule number 2 is because they didn't run the ball at all. Just kept throwing it. You would see like 44 attempts on the night.
So here's my theory with this game: is the only way that the Stamps win is if like Jake Mayer has like a 400-yard game.
Yeah. Honestly, like this is like we are seeing the beginning of the Trey Ford era in Edmonton, and his connection with Eugene Lewis and with Butler and whatnot. That's good.
It's funny because like all Rider fans are saying to us the other day, oh, you better watch out. Edmonton's coming for the crossover. I'm like, listen, they have to win 2 more games to tie us in points.
Or not.
We have a game in hand.
I said Butler. I meant Dunbar. I was confusing Ticats. Dunbar. Sorry. Just correcting myself. So I don't look like a fool.
There's no way that Edmonton's going to come back and get the crossover because we have a game in hand.
No.
Anyone's
Edmonton, Edmonton has a chance to salvage this season and make something out of it. And if they do, I think good on them. And I think that's a good stepping stone for where they could go next season and possibly look at something like that next season. But no, they've dug themselves so far in the hole. There's no way they're getting out.
And no way. The only team that's closer to overthrowing us for a playoff spot is Ottawa, and we have the season series.
Yep, no, that's true. And Ottawa has also been on the downswing as of recent. I mean, they lost to the Edmonton Elks in Edmonton to give the Elks their first ever win at home as the Elks. So, with this game, I feel like the Elks are really starting to take form. For all reasons, not Chris Jones. What
I'm actually looking forward to is 2 weeks from now when Edmonton's in Mosaic taking on Saskatchewan.
That'll be something.
I think that game will be more exciting than the Bombers and
Chris
Ticats
Jones will be so happy when his one of his players remembers the rules and they finally win in Mosaic. You know what Chris Jones is to me? You know, like the Eggman from Sonic?
Yes.
He's like that. That's Chris Jones. So, overall, are we both going Edmonton?
Oh, we both are going Edmonton.
Stamps fans are like punching the air right now as we're saying this. And like
Well, I
I'm
well
fully understand
when
that, but
Eugene Lewis gets 100 yards per game when he plays.
and Dunbar is actually being utilized instead of forgotten, even though we're paying him like $200,000 a year. Yeah,
I mean, at this point, the Elks should not even use Kevin Brown. They should just let Ford run for yards and throw the ball.
yeah. No, get more with Ford because Ford is the way to go when it comes to Edmonton. Cornelius, he wasn't the man. They gave him a whirl. They gave him a lot of chances. Ford is the man,
The only thing that he's good for is running those short yardage.
and that's fine. Keep him for that. That's fine. You can keep him right there for that. Trey Ford's the man. Gotta go with Trey Ford. So, I think that's pretty much all I got. Is there anything else you got that we're missing here?
Nope, that's
Well,
nothing
there we
I'm
go.
missing.
Um, so yeah, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure to check us out on Spotify if you prefer listening there as opposed to YouTube. And yeah, comment down below what you guys think is going to happen this week. And we will see you guys next time.